like, he's a dude. And he just very flatly was just like, I'm Jason, games man. And it just was very deadpan, and it seemed funny to me. And I liked it. And then it was also, it was humanizing, as I'm like, literally unable to get the overlays cropped correctly. And then I left them both selected, and then I tried to move one, and it moved both of them. We both just vanished. And I was just like, I can't. What am I doing? Yeah. Anyway, that's the good story.
I mean, it's a good story.
I feel like you saying that means it's not a good story.
Oh, kind unlike how explaining a joke makes it funnier.
No, explaining a joke definitely makes it funnier.
I know, that's what I was saying. I was saying unlike how explaining a joke
I apologize.
makes it funnier.
Explaining a joke definitely makes it funnier.
Always.
I do like the idea of you reviewing your interviews.
Oh, I can't.
And Dave's brain after the interview.
Dude, no, because all this and more.
There will be cake.
Right on the gate.
There won't be cake.
Yeah, we're on the break, so no rules. Do whatever you want.
Are you guys
Where is
hearing me all right? I moved my mic.
Can I say a curse word?
You can say one curse word.
You get one per episode.
Okay.
Use it wisely.
Somebody else had an actual question, so hold on. What were the actual questions?
My question was, where in this damn book are the vices? I'm sure because there's a section that talks about how vices work.
Is it?
But I'm trying
to. That it's only in the original. Book?
I can read you what the vices are. I have it. So the vices are, and they're not all necessarily vices, but it's a thing that is going to draw you away.
Them in that book, or are they in the main Blades book?
They are in that book.
Okay.
Because they are faith, which is like you are going all out and spending your time and money doing religious activities.
What page
gambling.
Are they?
Page 60.
60.
That
okay.
one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Gambling, luxury, obligation, pleasure, stupor, and weird.
Weird is
weird.
The
weird, you have to work out with your GM. And I was actually going to talk to Dave about. I had a request for a weird vice.
Yes, my question was, as a heritage, are we all
bad
ZYDOs?
So since everyone is a non-human thing, I think it would be more like, what is your, like, what type of alien activity? Were you defined by your being an alien, or was that just you happen to be a weird squid man or something?
Like, I had the idea that my character was like born and grew up in the Moon Society, and so he would be a spacer.
Yeah, I went with spacer heritage labor background, thinking that he was out doing spaceship repair, like scrapping, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Space mechanic.
Yeah, I went with labor as well because I wasn't sure if there were any that made more sense. Because my guy's a pilot, but I don't know if that would make him military per se.
I mean, I don't think necessarily. It's really was he piloting for military vessels, or was he just
I didn't
doing like
I think I envisioned it more as like whatever it is we're doing,
transports or shipping or trade or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Trade. All right. Well, we've been back for a while, so I guess we should recap.
All right.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah. So last time on The Gate. We finished up playing Microscope. We wound up having a pretty well flushed out timeline. We discussed the let's see, what did we actually wind up discussing? Something about the intergalactic guild charter being stolen from the moon base. We went a little more in detail about the moon base in general. I believe it was decided it was the moon was largely terraformed.
It's terraformed.
Terrifying.
It was terraformed, and that's why there's ghosts there. It's like Imagineering.
You know.
Yeah, it's like Imagineering, but it's terraforming. It's making things spookier. Happy Halloween, everyone! Since it's the first day of it.
That's right.
Oh, it's the
It's
first
Halloween
day of
first.
Halloween.
Yeah, so let's get terraforming.
It's Halloween first.
Yeah, it's Halloween first.
Halloween,
Never.
my true love came to me. One.
So yeah,
Keep
so the
thinking.
moon was terraformed by. Oh shoot, we lost Tom.
He took the terraforming
He was
too far.
promised.
He's
We
become
were
a ghost.
promised Tom.
He is now haunting the moon.
Oh, good. All right. So it was discussed that what was the name of the science group?
ZYDO.
The ZYDO Institute. Sorry, I'm tired. Did a lot of terraforming. They've been getting their hands even more into everything. They wound up being pretty major behind-the-scenes investors of the last stop space station, spaceport thing. And it just kind of came that, yeah, they've been doing a lot of stuff. There was a whole bunch about like cults and how they blew themselves up, and a rogue ZYDO person. They were trying to do something weird with the gate and make it stronger, but just killed everyone instead. So there went the space cult colony. Yeah. But yeah, so we finished up. We got to a good stopping point in Microscope, and now we're actually gonna play using Scum and Villainy, a Blades in the Dark system. Would that be the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Powered by dark.
Powered by, that's
Blades
the
in
word.
dark, something like that.
Sorry, I always forget the technical word.
A knife-powered game system.
Yes.
Yeah, and Tom, we also cannot see you at the moment.
No, that's Spurious Eye. Hold on.
Oh, wait, maybe I just can't see you?
No, he didn't
There you
turn
go.
his cam back on.
Yeah, you're a red screen with a man with some
Sorry.
kind of weapon, and now you're a Tom. So that's
Yeah,
why.
so my joke was so funny it turned off my Discord.
Yes, that's
Can't
what it did.
find my book.
Mm-hmm.
So also, just real quick, Ian's handle for this month is Halloween Doherty, which is amazing.
That's good.
Just figured we needed to mention that.
That is
I'm pretty sure
really...
last year I asked like people on Twitter like, what should I do for like changing my name to make it more Halloween like, because like I can never figure out what's a good way to like fit my name into something. It's Ian. I don't know how to do that. And someone was just like,
Halloween.
you could do Halloween. And I was like, why is it taking me so long to figure?
You're like, yes, probably a good idea. All right,
you were today years old when you realized.
Yeah. So hold on. Darkest Scryer went for a mod poll, but I don't actually.
Ooh.
I mean, I know how to set up a poll, but I'm not seeing what he actually wants, or what do they? Excuse me.
Darkest Scryer, what do you want?
Yeah, I can set up a poll for you.
Candy.
I mean,
Candy.
That's reasonable. Here, you want some candy? Here's some candy.
Oh wait, that reminds me. I think I have I was gifted a sub, so I can do this now. I somehow wound up in another person's stream and got some new emotes because I was randomly gifted a sub there. It was a good stream though.
Did we get an answer on the poll yet or no?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Nope.
Okay, well that's fine. So okay, we did the recap, so now we need to do music, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can find it, because I moved it recently, because I'm stupid.
You do it every time. It seems like it's always a game to figure out where the music is.
Dude, don't even get me started. Maybe I didn't move it. Hold on. The plot thickens. Or maybe it's just the same. No, I definitely fucking moved it.
Okay.
Well, here's here. You want to know what a real problem is? When you have too much music made by Ian. That's a problem.
I mean, that's a good
problem
to have.
Where do you put it all?
Drowning in his music over there.
Where do you put it all? Uh-huh.
Wait, is it on Bandcamp yet?
I can't hold all this music with my hands.
I was waiting on an update of the album art.
Yes, somebody was supposed to do that. All right, I found it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, mute
Gate.
yourselves. Turn on the stream sound. We're going loud. It makes me so happy every single time. It's beautiful.
I'm glad.
Get the
My
fuck,
stream is way behind live, apparently.
get the fuck out of here with
It
that
just
shit.
started for me.
The music.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Why do you think
It's
I've been
just
looking
now
off
starting
screen?
for me.
Yeah.
I think you gotta give it a refresh.
That's right.
Because I was also on a huge delay until I refreshed, and now I'm a little bit more.
Yeah, that's surprising. You're not
My
hearing me
Twitch
over it, are
is
you?
always really delayed.
Not what?
Were you hearing me?
And now it just finished
I
for
was
me.
gonna say, were you hearing me over it right now?
Oh,
Because of Discord?
no. I
No.
mean, a little, like, because of Discord, but not in the actual stream.
Okay. Yeah, that's surprising because I specifically turned down there's like, so partners can do like a lot as far as their stream delay. They can like really like granularly set how much they need for like stream sniping and stuff. I think like basic level, and definitely when you're an affiliate, you can pretty much have like on or off where it's like basically no delay, so you're reacting to people in real time, or a small delay, but you know, like what, maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, which is enough for most games. But I turned it off because I was consistently, people were like reacting to things, you know what I mean? Whereas you know, we're kind of playing in real time. So
I mean, it also could just be my computer being my computer.
yeah, that's fair. Sitting close to people a lot while they're talking on Zoom is really interesting because Zoom will catch you up somehow to real life, which I always find is interesting because sometimes there's like a delay.
Yeah,
So you
they
can
start
hear...
talking really fast.
I haven't even noticed them talking fast. I've just heard it eat up silence and feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real time tracks, which I thought was really interesting. But maybe they're
One of
talking
my-
faster and I just haven't noticed.
One of my I get it all the time where Pat, his thing kind of like, he'll freeze for a minute and then like 5 seconds later he pops back in and it's like his words but like compressed.
Yeah.
And I did refresh, and the stream's only maybe like 10 seconds behind for me now. So it was probably just needing a refresh.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, okay. So we're here. We're here with episode 1, which means look at that. There's we're gonna do character generation. Yay! It's exciting. Yeah. Okay, so who has to like pick things for their actual character? Because I know some of you started doing some of that.
I did some, but
I
I
need
don't
a
know how
name and a
much I
look.
still need to do, really.
Okay.
I need to do everything.
Yeah.
Because some things are also done at the start of like each mission is the problem.
And there are some things that are tied in like directly to the Scum and Villainy setting in the book, and I wasn't sure if we were going to like rework them or have an analog for them in our game. So
Yeah, things so, like it's close, but there's definitely some funky stuff.
yeah, I did the basic stuff like picking starting ability and special ability.
Is picking a starting ability really a thing? I thought it just kind of was automatic based on your playbook.
So yeah, that it looks like the starting ability is automatic based on your class.
Yeah,
And your special ability you pick, and you're able to get more over time.
Right. It's confusingly phrased because like choose a starting ability, but there's only one.
Yeah.
Right, so you don't really choose so much as you have a something
Yeah,
tied to your class.
I think you still have to like mark it on your sheet for some reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
You get to pick your special ability because you have both the starting and one special.
Okay, so who has picked a character class so far?
I've done that.
I have.
Yes.
Okay, so
Are we keeping?
Amanda has to pick then. Right.
Yes.
What do we have so far?
I am a
Trying not
mechanic.
to. I knew it.
I knew that was
I
gonna happen.
am a Stitch.
Okay.
I'm a scientist.
Yes. All right, so we got one sciencey boy. Danilay, what are you?
I'm a mystic.
Ooh, okay. Tristan
I'm a mechanic.
and Ian.
And I am a pilot.
Oh, wow, so we haven't doubled up yet. So we could take speaker, scoundrel, muscle, or double it up. What were you thinking, Amanda? Were you thinking?
Sorry, I was figuring out what page I needed to scroll to see what the characters are.
56.
Yeah. Ugh.
Gives you like the briefest overview.
So, like, I don't know. I was, like, playing the scoundrel type character, right? Like, and if my whole mission in life is to discover that one material, gotta be good at getting in and out of places.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
That just stands to reason.
Okay, so scoundrel. A bloody scoundrel.
Scoundrel, speaker, and what was the other one we hadn't?
Muscle.
Muscle.
One of them big strongs.
Big strong.
I mean, I do kind
Duncan,
of like the
but
idea
in
of me
space, but nothing else is
playing
different.
some. Huh?
Duncan, but in space, but nothing else is different.
Perfect. I love it.
I don't know. It does fall a little into the ridged foreheads human, but
I mean, I'd say a hyena. It's mostly that we have.
So, like, what would you recommend for a character that is probably like a tadpole that got stuck partway?
Oh, like
An axolotl?
between tadpole and
Because it's like
Guppy
it's
or
either
whatever.
that or an axolotl.
I'd say axolotl. They're great.
Yeah, axolotl's just cooler to say.
Yeah.
I always think of Riley in his drawing of an axolotl saying, "You sure
Oh.
axolotl questions."
Oh.
oh, that Riley.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go scoundrel.
That's one good noodle.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying.
He is.
Indeed.
All right. I'm also going to the. There was like that name generator we had that I'm trying to open.
I love this poll.
Yeah, I just found it.
It's a good poll. Oh wow!
So far,
Perfect-
it's a
perfectly
4-way tie.
balanced as all things should be. We have 12 people in chat. We can.
That makes me happy. Yeah, well, so going into like if tacos are sandwiches or not feels like a very e-golf move, and I'm not doing that. So I was like, all right, what's the Dave spin on it? It's mostly the Dave Y part.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like the inverted capitalization.
Yeah, caps lock's been on most of the afternoon for reasons. So.
Oh, yes is winning, which is valid, but.
I mean, I just got to be honest on this one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I like tacos too much to not give it a win.
So what do you do for your tacos?
Oh, it depends on what I mean, I worked at a burrito shop that was not supposed to be Mexican food for a long time, so I do a lot of weird things to my tacos.
What do you?
Come on.
What do you
come on.
mean it wasn't supposed to be
You got
Mexican?
my
I
favorite?
like
Yeah.
chimichurri cauliflower tacos.
All right, so here's my favorite. I prefer it as a burrito, but it's good as a taco too.
Yeah.
You do jalapeno cream cheese,
Okay.
Swiss cheese,
Okay.
Kahlua tempeh. So you simmer tempeh in Kahlua for a minute or two.
Which
Do you
is
grind
not
it
a
up or is it a
taco.
slab?
Chop it up into like little cubes.
Okay. All right.
What else is it? Bell peppers, red onions.
The Swiss cheese on a taco.
Let the man finish.
Chipotle ranch, and what's the last ingredient? I think I usually ended up putting some seasoned potatoes on it too.
I would not eat that.
You say that, but you try it and it is amazing.
I actually hate peppers.
Same.
You can swap out the peppers. That's not like a crucial ingredient of it.
Peppers. Tempeh's okay, but I hate peppers.
Kahlua tempeh, though.
Whatever. I drink. I'll fuck around.
I mean, it cooks the alcohol off.
It's a coffee. Well, it's not even that.
Yeah, but
it's
just earthy, right? Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
But... Yeah, okay. I mean,
like mushrooms are earthy.
You took us there. Is that the restaurant you worked at with Mikey?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was that was my spin on the Santa Barbara.
Okay, cool.
What is a non-Mexican burrito?
It's
you said it
literally whatever you want to put inside a burrito shell.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like everything he just stated.
Yeah. We did not try to be Mexican food whatsoever. I think the menu actually said somewhere on it, like, unabashedly Americanized Mexican food.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You weren't trying to trick anybody.
No. We did have the standard, which were, like, just beef and cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion. Like, we had those. But, like, nobody ever ordered those.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. That sounds
good, job,
good,
Ian.
but I'm
That's a good one.
Once he started going, I just was hovering over the clip button. Right.
You're like, we're gonna have
wild custom taco.
Does it have the end when I slam his taco? Just...
Yeah, I clipped it right after you said it.
That's what you get.
I wouldn't eat that.
I wouldn't eat that. I would try it though. I guess, like, to be honest, I do not like peppers though, so I don't think I like it.
Yeah. To be fair, like, if you say all of those things as like, I'm gonna have a taco, what am I gonna have? Excuse me, what?
Right, like, hello, sir. Yeah, okay. I was just curious, yeah, because like I have like a couple different, it's like there's a lot of ground beef substitutes and such, you know what I mean? But then, I was curious. I was curious what you go for.
I definitely have ones that are more Mexican-like that I prefer, but I decided to go with the out there one.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. This is good content. Okay, so Amanda, you went for not skirmish.
I'm a scoundrel.
You're scoundrel. Okay, so let me pull up this thing. I guess I should probably share it with the world too. They probably want to see what's going on. So what else do we have to do for people's characters? Because honestly, it's not a terribly complicated character generation process.
No, I just need a name, alias, and look, which is like.
Yeah, alias I think is just supposed to be like it's almost like your code name.
Yeah.
It could be anything from a code name to a nickname. Like my character, I don't see having a particular code name because I don't think he was ever in anything that official, and so I have a nickname for him.
Yeah.
Getting
getting a name for a character is terribly difficult, though.
I went my usual route of looking up what Gallic words seem coolest.
Yeah.
That's valid.
What were you saying?
I do the same, but usually with Nordic.
I just wanted to say, like, it seemed like there's also like there's ship stats that we kind of need to collectively assign.
Yeah, the ship stuff matters.
Yeah, ship and crew stuff. So once we build our characters, I assume that. So for the record, just so everyone knows, I'm playing Dr. Fightem Barnabas and his trusty companion Bingo. I am a Stitch, and I am Imperial heritage with an academic background, and my vice is an obligation to compile reports on everything that I encounter and send them back home.
Nice.
I have to take scrupulous, copious notes and drawings and etchings and not photographs, but
phonographs.
Yeah.
It's just like charcoal etchings where you put the paper down and then you rub the charcoal on it.
Well, I was thinking the recording of soundscapes might be
Oh,
entertaining.
yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Phonographs, honestly, yeah. Phonographs, maybe.
Okay.
Bingo. Yeah. Just shouting into my dictaphone.
Beautiful.
Bingo, bring me closer.
Oh my god.
Yes. Bingo's a fine hand with a scalpel, but he's terrible with a pencil. He can't draw for shit. It's really tragic. He has
I don't know why I didn't expect you to swear, but
no eye for color. You see, very unfortunate. That might not have been canonical. That might not have been a canonical cuss. Just so you know. Don't.
Yeah.
Worry.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna say is a lot of you can kind of see it on stream. It's pretty small though. A lot of this game like has built for you contacts, friends, and enemies, right? To just build into the world. It does a lot for you, so you can just kind of start playing. If you want to change any of those names or build your own, I did that when I played Blades. I'm like, I'm not interested in your pre-built garbage. I want my bespoke.
Basically everything, like those fields are editable.
Yeah.
Oh, they are? Okay, because there is one I wanted to like all of them but one. I was like, oh, I like that. I just need a good name. What would you call are the different groups that are sending people into the gate? Would they be like companies or guilds?
Guilds, yeah.
Yeah, they were guilds.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, would there be a particular guild I'd be associated with as a pilot?
So that's one of the other things that we have to decide. What time period are we in? And do the players want to be part of one cohesive unit, or do you want to be disparate pieces all on a ship together? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that you couldn't be working towards a similar or the same goal, but there's a big difference between like a team of ZYDO scientists goes and do a thing, and ZYDO sponsors a team of scientists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of what time period we're starting in, I think it was kind of not necessarily decided, but suggested by the last thing that Tristan added to the microscope timeline, which was people start becoming gate adventurers underneath the interstellar highways established.
Yeah.
Are there...
that gives us a lot of like history to work with, and we don't have to worry as much about like screwing up the overall timeline.
Yeah.
True.
Is there anything like, are there any events in this setting, in the microscope that we put together, that people desperately want to like have happened by the time their character? Like, is there anything, like, go through now and read up on the stuff that's going to happen after that point, just so that we're clear that like nobody has a thing that they desperately want to have happened like after.
I'm opening it right now because like the Dragon Wars were pretty sick.
I was gonna say, like,
Dragon Wars. We get the Dragon Wars.
My character is definitely after at least the beginning of the Dragon Wars. It could be during, I don't care, but like my character is a dragoon, and that cult was basically founded in the discovery of the All Dragon.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. So the Interstellar Highway is established, which is probably a little more high tech than we probably wanted to be adventuring in, but I also think it doesn't mean that it's safe or complete.
No.
Mm-hmm.
There's both big sort of steamships and like classic sailing ships, right? Like both of those technologies are probably contemporaneous with each other in this time period.
Yeah.
Right.
I imagine everyone has like their own way. Like all of the guilds are going to be doing their take on a boat, and like what type of ship and what specific thing they'll focus on. Like the mages are going to probably have like a lot lighter, easier to carefully maneuver with all their magic. But like someone is just out there with like, I'm going to have one mage and the engine's going to do the heavy lifting, and he'll just be there to be magical enough to get us going. Because if I recall, mages were like crucial in ship traveling.
Yeah, mages figured it out, I think.
This can totally be trashed if it doesn't work with what everyone was thinking, but I like the idea of the bigger things get, the more likely they are to be powered purely by magic rather than any sort of practical science or electricity. So you might have like smaller ships that work more like modern stuff, but like big flagships for different guilds and stuff are much more like fantastical and
I know, because I remember it was mentioned that like you need mages because they're what are actually doing it. It's the engines that are kind of regulating the movement, so it's not just like, oh, well, our mage passed out, we're dead in the water.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're doing the heavy lifting, and the engine's like a focus or a thing that gets charged up or something, like a conduit for it. But I imagine with something bigger, you would need more mages, and they would do like have their best and brightest doing that for like a guild flagship. I also don't think that's what we'd be on.
Yeah, we're probably a smaller crew.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like adjacent to like maybe a little more than like a Firefly style crew, but like maybe us and like a dozen other red shirts, just to be like it's not just us. I mean, not cannon fodder, but like 5 people. Like it feels like it would be a lot for just us, but if you have other people, because I imagine there's a lot more, like a lot that goes into it.
Hold on. Squid redeemed a hydrate or dihydrate, so you know what it's time for. Booze.
All I have is a Pepsi.
I gotta get something for that.
Salute. I was just out getting booze. Fantastic.
Hey, perfect timing. I like that mug. Is it from the Ren Fair?
No, this was from a little shop in Ithaca. I bought this.
Nice.
My new roommate has this thing where he has no cups, only mugs. And I didn't want to fuck up his aesthetic, and I also didn't want to feel like I was just constantly mooching off of his mugs. So,
right. So you had
gonna have to start acquiring mugs.
Right.
So that's a big mug too. Like it feels like a large mug.
I gotta actually grab the one.
The doctor said only one drink a night, but he never said how big it could be.
Okay, I missed like the past 2 minutes because for whatever reason my mixer just turned off completely, but it's fine.
We were talking about big mugs and alcoholic beverages.
You didn't miss much, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
You were spared the worst of it.
Yeah, but like I don't know as far as like why our crew's together. I don't know about any of y'all, but I'm here entirely out of spite.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember. There was the
you're here out of spite?
I'm here out of spite. Yeah, so like for whatever, like it's character backstory thing, and I don't know if I want to take away from everyone else.
I thought you meant real life. So
oh no, I mean in game, my character is on this ship to spite a rival guild person who effectively blew up the boat he was building in his basement. But instead of a boat, it was like a spaceship, and instead of a basement,
the farmer astronaut. Is that what's going on here?
No, I made a guy who was like a spaceship mechanic, and like would like work real close with the scrappers, and get all the choicest parts, and like was slowly building his like own like personal spaceship over like a decade, and then big shot business boy comes in, is like, that sure is a nice boat. And wants to take it for a spin. And he's like, hell no, and decides to anyway, and just destroys the thing and like blows up half his shop.
Gotcha.
Because Dingus doesn't actually know how to use the darn thing.
Right. All right. So here, you got to look at this. So Jenny and I have been married 5 years. So the traditional gift of 5 years is wood. So she got me this mug.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if that's displaying right though.
It says Dungeon Master
Isn't that awesome? Yeah,
that's really good.
It is me. It is the size of my face.
It's as big as your head.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's actually amazing, and I love it.
Okay, I've been scrolling back in our chat for a while now, and I don't even know if it's on the Discord chat, but I'm trying to remember what the initial like all caps call to action was.
I've got it saved. Come on. Where do you think you are?
Yeah.
So are we on like I thought like a part of it I thought was like we are on the mission to recover the lost first expedition through the gate, right? Like that was
There are people who do that. You don't have to be that person. You can be though.
Can I do a dramatic reading of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would I imagine that, like, even this far into the world, like, it's still not discovered, so it's still a thing people do?
It's a big galaxy. I imagine there's a lot of stuff.
No one has found the initial like ZYDO ship piloted by Juliet ZYDO. And Ian wants to do a dramatic reading, so let him read.
An investment has been made in your future. You may now return the favor. ZYDO needs the very best to go out beyond the gate to bring us hope.
Yes.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah. So coming, to DLC near you, Outer Worlds, ZYDO Institute.
I thought it was no, never mind. Sorry, I always get it and the Outer Wilds or Outer Wilds, and it's the Outer. I always get them mixed up.
Yeah, it's not Outer Wilds.
Well, because that's another game. Outer Wilds is like a different thing.
Yes.
And I always mix them up every darn time.
All right. So yeah, we're still kind of doing character generation a little bit, at least theoretically.
So going through the book after picking your playbook and then starting ability, special ability. Like, nice thing about this character sheet on Roll20 is that it gives you all the possible special abilities, and you just click on the one that you want to go with. It lights up in blue, which is cool.
Yeah, and then you just do the same thing with your points, right? You just put down however many pips you want in your different points.
You picking your class gets you like a couple, and then you pick one related to your heritage, one related to your background, and then 2 are like free play.
Yeah, I think everyone should have 7 to start.
Yeah, I think you can have anything up to. You can have up to 2 points in anything in character creation.
Okay,
yes.
So what you're talking about pip. So this is one of the things that I was confused by and wasn't sure, because it says like assign 4 action dots.
Yes.
And
that's what we're talking about.
Where do I assign those?
So on the right side of the screen, there's going to be insight, and underneath that is Doctor, Hack, Rig, and Study. Prowess, under that's going to be Helm, Scramble, Scrap, and Skulk, and Resolve, which has Attune, Command, Consort, and Sway. By picking your class, one thing should have 1 arrow in it, and one thing should have 2 arrows in it. Those are going to be like specific things you need.
I've got 1 in Rig and 2 in Helm.
Yeah, which makes sense for a pilot. Yeah. Then based off, like, pick one thing that you feel would make sense from your heritage, from any of the other ones, and one that you think would make sense from your background. And I think you could, like, say you wanted to put a second one in Rig. I think you can do that, but I don't think you can go up to 3 just during character gen.
Yeah.
The more pips you have in any given skill, the more dice you roll when you do that skill. The more you have in all of your insight, prowess, or resolve things, the more dice you roll when you're trying to like resist something that those things resist.
And that's specifically the first 4.
Yeah.
Not total.
Yeah. No, it's like, so say you have like, for example, in insight, I have 1 in hack, 2 in rig, and 1 in study. I have 3 of that first line of insight, so I would roll 3 dice for insight resistancy things, not 4, because that second one in rig doesn't count.
Yeah.
So how do I figure out how many points I have in insight, prowess, and resolve?
So look at
it's everything that you have 1 point in, right?
Yeah. So if you
at least 1.
The first point in each of the 4 skills associated with something counts for.
Yeah, so you have like, 2, 2, 1 right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I still have another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why it's really like the book will recommend you to not like double down too much, because anytime you have none in it, if you have to resist, when you have a 0 in it, you roll 2 dice and take the lower of the 2, which can be very devastating. So basically, this game, I don't roll any dice. I just help you kind of figure out how difficult and how effective doing a thing to get a result will be. And then sometimes, like, I can do things where it's like, okay, you failed, you're dead, and then you're like, oh no, I don't die, and I resist it, and then we decide it's going to be some sort of physical resistance, and then you roll against how many stress you're going to take for that, because you can end up still taking a lot of stress or no stress.
It's an interesting, like, it does a lot very interestingly, because it's like the higher you roll, the more you're resisting or something.
Yeah, like if I say you're dead, you pretty much start with like, okay, well then you're taking like I think it's a level 3 harm because I think a level 4 kills you.
Yeah.
But like if you crit, you might get it down to a 1. You might get it to a 2. You know, it's like whereas most of the time it's like, okay, you're taking a level 2 harm because like your arm bends backwards and breaks. You know what I mean? And you're like, nah, I want to resist that. And then you're probably resisting at least to a level 1 harm, which you can mostly ignore when it's only 1.
So I can assign an additional 2 action points to what I have here, or
A total of 4.
total of 4. Okay.
Yeah, a total of 4. It specifically mentions, but you can get pretty interpretive, I think, because it's like one that makes sense for your heritage and one that makes sense for your background, but like most heritage and most backgrounds can make sense for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like,
and we're playing with a whole universe too.
Yeah.
It's
like.
Go ahead.
So it's the 3 that you start with. 1 for background, 1 for heritage, and then 2 freebies, right?
Yes.
Cool. So you should end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Did we
7
decide
advances.
what hack is?
Hack is navigation.
Oh, okay. So I should definitely have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's an exact 1-to-1, but I think it's as close as we can get. So let me read hack out loud, because I know I looked at it before and I was like, yeah, that we can probably. So when you hack, you breach the security systems of computers or override their controls. Computers don't exist. You might access data console or find a captive being held somewhere in the station. You might scramble a drone's control systems to keep it firing on you. You might override a door system to get the controls for it to open, though rig might be better. GM questions: how do you gain access to software? What do you want the system to do now? What tools are you using? So I think that, and you know, like, help me with this, but I think that our hack being navigate is probably a very like finely tuned, like maybe part magic, maybe part psionic, right? Like understanding of the universe. It is very like scientific, but like 50s science, right? With exclamation points and noxious fumes.
And so that keeps it distinct from Attune, which is much more magic based.
Yeah, this is more about like how does it make sense? Like I think our hack would let you interface with like a squid octopus that is, you know what I mean, the spider for a security system. You know what I mean?
Okay. Then
It is basically it's the skill for magic technology.
Yeah.
Whereas Attune is the skill for like weird shit.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Hack is the skill for magic as technology, and Attune is the skill for magic as the mystical.
As magic, yeah. I mean, here's the other thing. I don't get to tell you, no, you can't do that. So, like, you can use either in pretty much any time anyways. It just might be less effective or it might be harder. Like, you can, like, the book literally gives an example of, you can make friends with Wreck. It probably won't work really well, but you can do it. They're either scared and they're your friend, or you broke something that they didn't like.
Yeah. I'm gonna rig people to be my friends.
Right.
For some reason, I'm putting an action point into scrap, which initially I thought was like, oh, for like scrapping and finding materials and stuff, and then I realized is actually for fighting.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I feel like that
Scrap
the works growing up on the society and being like getting into scraps and stuff.
Let's make sure that we're keeping our skills covered. So I have 2 pips in Doctor, 2 pips in Study. Doctor? 1 pip in Scramble. Go bingo! Quickly now! I have a point in Command, and I have a point in Sway.
That's so good.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I've got 2 in Hack, 1 in Rig, 2 in Helm, 1 in Scrap, and then 1 in Attune.
I've got 1 in Hack, 2 in Rig, 1 in Study, 1 in Helm, 1 in Scrap, and 1 in Sway.
Okay, so the only ones so far we're missing are Command and Consort, I think. I have one in
So-
study, one in scramble, 2 in scrap, 1 in skulk, and 2 in attune.
If I did this correctly, I have 1 in
Mhm.
study, 1 in scramble, 2 in skulk, 1 in consort, and 2 in sway.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
sounds
7.
great.
So you're pretty persuasive and can sneak around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix
those-
stuff.
Those words sounded like they did that, so that is why I picked them.
Nice.
What is so? I feel like I'm missing. What is consort again?
It's
I'm
Lets
gonna
you
assume it's
socialize
like
with friends
talking.
and contacts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your socialized
Gotcha.
skill.
Well, because I know sway is persuasion, so consort is more just like casual.
Streetwise.
I think
Oh,
it's
okay, thank
like,
you.
I think it also is like
Oh.
having a network, right? It's like having a
Ooh.
network of allies
Yeah.
and confidants and
Consort
resources.
to why did this happen and who do we need to break?
You know what? I'm gonna
Kind of
I'm
like
Okay.
a general diplomacy where intimidate would be command and sway
Yeah.
would be like
Yeah,
bribe.
wreck can be intimidate a lot too. Oh,
I'm gonna swap my point out of scrap.
Koyoshi
Sure.
B,
Sure.
thank you for following. I'm glad to see that the
Ooh, thank you.
alerts are working. Let me move that forward.
Nice.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Ian, I didn't mean to
Nice.
interrupt you.
No, I was just saying I'm taking my point out of scrap and putting it in consort because that's more along the lines of how I see this character.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
my
so
character
people
Spam
have.
long boys. Spam long boys.
Ooh,
Long
yeah,
boys.
spam long boys.
Boys.
So we have a few people with some stuff in consort, right?
Yeah.
I think we're
Because I
just
was
missing
considering
command.
doing. If no one else has command, I could see it. Like
I have I have 1 in command.
Oh, you do? Okay, I missed that. I apologize.
But if someone has a character concept that like they think of themselves as being like an officer, then I have plenty of other stuff I could put that in.
Gotcha. I mean, I would mainly just be like, kind of done and would be like, no, don't do that, or like, not super much, because I would definitely like I need at least one thing in resolve, and sway was one of my freebies anyway, so I could throw into pretty much anything and have it work. I'm just trying to think of what would it be best to have in, because at the moment it's in sway just because it's persuasion, but I could see consort command, maybe even attune. Like,
Whatever you're feeling. Because you'll also be able to you can I think you have to build it as like a downtime action, but eventually you can get like more stuff.
yeah, well, I know as you it's because I know both at like you get a couple things that cause you to gain playbook advancement.
Yeah.
Where it's every time you roll a desperate action, you mark in that action's attribute. And whenever you do something specifically in a way your class likes, you get to throw some experience around. 1, if it just happened once. 2, if something happened multiple times. And each class has 3 special things that they care about. Oh no, it's one from your class, 1 about your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, and 1 about something with your vice or traumas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
up to 6 from just those.
Yeah. Okay. What other things do we need to cover?
Does everyone have to start with a vice or trauma? Or everyone starts with a vice, but does everyone start with trauma?
No, I don't think
Not
so.
a trauma.
Trauma should
you
only
get
happen
those
when you
as
stress out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they get bad.
And a rival.
Yeah.
What's that?
I need to pick a friend and a rival.
Yeah.
And how do I mark them?
With an up arrow and a down arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I see those. Okay.
And that's the thing I was saying before. Like I personally, when I have played Blades, I like to build custom ones. The playbooks all come with some just pre-rendered for you, which is fine. You can just use the names if you like the names, but I'm also good with people naming them on their own because I know I like to do that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm definitely.
So did I hear? So just to double check, sir, or Ian, go ahead. Sorry.
No, You're asking more pertinent questions to the group. I'm just talking through the decisions I'm making.
Okay. I was just wondering, did I hear that someone already had 2 in sway?
Me.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to command then, because I could see my guy just like he's a grumpy old mechanic. He's gonna boss someone around or be like, I'm not gonna let you start shit.
I need to speak to your supervisor.
My default starts with 2 in sway.
Okay, yeah. So that should be fine then, because I could see him like bossing someone around more than trying to carefully persuade them.
Yeah. So,
like
a point about the interstellar highway is established. Specifically, people start becoming gate adventurers. I would say, like, how do people feel about me being able to use everything that's in this column? Right? Like, is that cool?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
Everything where?
Everything I just highlighted. So the period we're playing is the interstellar highway is established, because like some of the stuff that happens after people start becoming gate adventurers, like I want the mushroom people making deals with the guild. I want the guild separatists going out beyond the borders of explored states to establish isolated colonies and getting real culty. I want to hint at the first communication, but I don't think we'll necessarily see it. We may, but I think that it would be like the capstone of end of season 1. You know what I mean? Not like episode 1. Look, there they are. You know, because then we just why aren't we there then? But this is.
I'm personally about you taking the thing we built together and just using that to help.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody felt good about that.
Yeah, fine by me.
Yep, I like it.
Cool.
Next.
Then is there any other character stuff we got to do, or do we want to look at the ship and kind of what our roles are and what we're looking to do?
There's pick your voice, and then there's record your name, alias, and look.
Yeah, alias will, like, it's definitely a fun little thing, but I don't think we're ripping and running in the same way that the system might assume. Some people are. Like, Blades in the Dark is about being like scrappy orphans in the sewers of Duskfall, stealing from people and getting into turf wars with the other gangs. We're looking for a rules light system that hits a science punk aesthetic in space as a bunch of alien water races. So we're not playing it rules as written.
Water friends.
Yeah, we're palette swapping the shit out of this. Oh, sorry.
It's just close enough, and we're having fun with it.
Nothing is comfortable. I'm awake.
Yeah. So are we moving on to figuring out our ship and crew? Because I know that gets weird.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay.
All right.
So some of the concerns about this system are that there's a lot of ship advances that people assume are already on your ship to begin with, and then later find out like they're not. So your ship does not have much. It's pretty bare bones, which I think actually works for our aesthetic more than not. The other thing is there are only 3. I couldn't even find like other fan built ones. I'm going to give you more options. I'm totally cool if we play and we really love our ship and we just make it more homey as time goes on, but I'm also going to present you with the option of, well, there's a bigger one, well, this one's shinier, right? Like I will do that because that is interesting to me. Something that I do really love about Outer Worlds is the stories and the choices you make end up giving you little keepsakes that come back to your ship, right?
Oh, that's the best, one of the best parts.
Yeah, so like that will be a little mini game for us. So I want people, even if you don't have the answer right now, like I want your ship, your room in the ship, or the thing that is your room. Think about what that kind of starts like, but like I would encourage you to not put too much into it now, because I'm more interested in the things that you will find to bring back to it.
Okay.
I'm living in the
cool.
engine room. I will tie up a hammock.
Right, exactly. So, okay, cool. Let us...
Please keep your hands away from the induction port.
I imagine
are quite lethal.
That I commandeered a closet that was kind of out of the way, so I actually had a room with a closed door.
Yeah, however you want to frame it, totally fine. So
if there's not a door to the engine room, I'm hanging something in the way. This is
Beads.
my
curtain.
space.
Beads.
You. Oh God! It has to be a beaded curtain.
It's beads, or it's just like a bunch of like nuts and bolts tied together like a beaded curtain.
There we go. It's that. I took some baling wire, and tied it through a bunch of nuts and bolts. This is my domain.
Yeah, I like that a lot because like there are no extra nuts and bolts. You just took them off things that you deemed not essential, and now the table does this.
They do just fine with 3 of the 4.
Yeah.
They still stay down.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so
it was only from non-essential. Why is a dining table essential? You don't need it.
Chapter 3, Ships and Crews. One common trope of the sci-fi adventure genre is that the ship is as much a character as any of the crew. The same is the case in Scum and Villainy. What binds your crew together is the ship they travel on. It's a place they rest, fight, and escape from villains and society. In fact, it's completely possible to play through enough successive personnel changes so that only the ship remains the same. That'd be a fun game.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of questions to answer when you set up your ship. The most important questions have to do with what kind of story you want to tell. The choices you make during this phase will set... read ahead. The phase will go furthest towards determining what themes and conflicts you'll see in the game. In this chapter, you'll learn about the various ships and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? So currently, there are 3 options in front of you. The Star Dancer, the Cerberus, and the Fire Drake. They are encouraged as smuggling ship, extraction ship, and rebellion ship. So the Star Dancer, smugglers and blockade runners looking to do odd jobs, small thefts, and find lost items. Cerberus, extraction specialists looking to find missing people or items and claim bounties. Fire Drake, rebels and criminals looking to protect the downtrodden and fight the homogeny, which we will probably not be doing much fighting. The homogeny.
I'm personally a fan of the first 2.
One of the first 2 sounds closest.
I do like the name Cerberus, but Star Dancer is also nice.
Yeah. So we
can also change the name.
Yeah, Tom.
Are we locked into one of these 3 options?
Currently, because I have not built us new ships.
Ah, okay.
That is a goal for me to build you new ships.
Yeah, you can trade into other ships later, I think was part of the game too.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Why? What are you thinking?
Well, I was just thinking that I was just trying to get back to like the thing that we were going to do in the campaign.
Well, I think that the Cerberus as an extraction specialist doesn't sound right, but looking to find missing people or items sounds right.
Yeah.
In the same way that being a blockade runner, doing odd jobs, find lost items, makes fast versus hardy, maybe, right?
Yeah, it's fine. All right. That works for me.
I'd lean towards fast, I guess. Like, if we're not doing like a ton of ship-to-ship combat or anything, like if we're trying to go places and explore, speed feels important.
Here's another thing that you can do, right? You also choose a reputation. So ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, strange, and subtle, right? Will also inform what you want to do with the ship. Sure. You can pick up another reputation as time goes on. You can change your first reputation, and I think there's a way to like get more specific with your reputation, but I'd have to double check on that one, right? So a ambitious Star Dancer is much different than a strange Star Dancer. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But a brutal Cerberus is not terribly different than a brutal Fire Drake.
Gotcha. So that's a big part of it.
And again, you also don't. Yeah, the ship is a Fire Drake. It doesn't have to be called the Fire Drake.
Mm-hmm. Is everyone okay with one of the first 2, just so we can narrow down?
Sure.
I was thinking
the
first 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if they do anything in particular. Because again, like I do really want to like homebrew a lot of the ship-to-ship rules, if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep thinking exploration ship, which seems somewhere between the 2.
Yeah. I mean, and also like,
they talk at the beginning of the chapter about how, like, we're picking a ship, but the way that the system is designed, it's also suggesting what sort of themes we're interested in exploring.
Right.
And so something like the Star Dancer would be more of like a Firefly type campaign, whereas something like the Cerberus might be more like a
The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like
to name something completely at random.
Just one at random.
Child.
I was actually going to say, obviously, it's not at that level of like professionalism necessarily, but it makes me think of more like a Star Trek type thing where it's more,
yeah,
more
and
like not exactly altruistic, but there's more purpose to it. Like it's specifically looking to find missing people or items and claim bounties. It's more like mission based, whereas Star Dancer is more like freewheeling.
I'm a little bit more about freewheeling.
Same.
What?
Because that also feels like it's a bit easier for us to all kind of come together and have our own ideas for why we're doing things. If it's like, yeah, we're working together, we're going to do some jobs, just feels like a little more go with the flow. And all of us, it feels like working in our personal motivations feels slightly easier.
With the first ship.
Also,
yeah.
on like a more character note, I know that my character as a pilot would probably prefer a Star Dancer because it's got better handling.
Yeah.
But it could be equally fun to be on a Cerberus and my character just being like, this fucking thing is too clunky. Why do we have to go with this ship?
I mean, I'm on board. This is going to be the fastest Star Dancer. Also, something's might blow up.
The
might blow up.
Star Dancer.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go.
I feel like my character too would prefer the Star Dancer because his entire like combat scheme is emulated after like the Star Drakes or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like something that's nimble and flexible in space would be what he wants to.
All right, cool.
People all right with the Star Dancer?
Fine by me.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we are
and we get to
Star Dancer. We have a lot of ship things here that I don't think are like the most important thing to go over right now because actually I want to make sure we hit all our things and then we can take a little time and actually do a little scene. All right, so we didn't just totally sit here and accomplish nothing.
So
we're accomplishing things.
Right?
What's that?
We also have to pick a reputation.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that sounds exciting. That sounds like it's gonna be tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also crew contacts, which again, if you guys want to come up with someone that you know, you can do that too.
Oh shoot, 1 second. I will be right back. Sorry.
So what are you thinking about reputation?
Hmm.
And again, this is what it starts as. It's not stuck there forever.
Yeah. I'm kind of playing process of elimination in my head. Like, probably not brutal.
Yeah.
Probably not honorable necessarily. Not that we're dishonorable, just it's not like we're about like it's not like we're Klingons or something.
Sure.
Where do we find
no
this?
honor.
It's on page 112 and 113 is where we are. Reputations are on page 113.
Yeah, ambitious, brutal, daring.
Well, it's 123 in the PDF.
Ambitious, like it could be right.
Yeah, I would say ambitious, daring, strange,
and subtle.
I don't even know that I like subtle.
Yeah, I don't know. Subtle seem.
I'm a fan of strange.
Subtle doesn't seem like it's a good reputation.
Subtle seems more like if we were like a group of covert ops people or something like that.
Yeah, sorry, I had to do a work thing real quick. What
I'm about ambitious or strange. Because it's like we're all kind of like coming together to do a thing, and we're either really ambitious about it or it's just really weird because of that.
Yeah, Tristan, we've narrowed it down to ambitious, daring, or strange, and Amanda's leaning between ambitious or strange.
I would say between. I mean, I like the thought of strange, especially because
Me too.
Yeah,
it's a weird world and we're a weird mishmash of people. Like, no.
I mean, we are people.
Got a otter.
We are people who volunteered to go. We are people who volunteered to go. I'm gonna have a stroke. We're people who volunteered to go out beyond the edge of known space. Like, you don't do that if you're stable and things are going great in your life right now.
That's valid.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's go with strange.
Yeah.
Strange.
All right, so a strange start answer.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm about it.
At some point we'll have to pick like a better like a ship name specifically.
Yeah.
This is just a ship type, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you also have, and this is the part where the book's always kind of a little tough to keep track of, because it starts giving you cred and giving you reputation that you can spend to either improve the ship and improve your relations with people. And it starts asking you, is like, okay, well, did you pay him off and cooperate with the other people, or did you, catch you later, fuck you. So we have a few factions defined just through our microscope session. So let me go back up, because we did the All Dragon Cult, the guilds as a whole, the ZYDO Institute, the Doomsday Gatists, the Moon Society, and the Last Stop.
And the Mercantile Guild.
Well, yeah. We might just want a list of that somewhere, so we can reference later. Because like the guilds represents probably an infinite number of specific guilds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's like the guild charter consortium kind of thing. Oops, sorry. It asks. Oops, stop doing that shit. It asks, hey, so you're going to start with some stuff based on your ship. You're going to get 2 additional systems to improve between engines, hull, comms, and weapons. You can also improve crew quality, but it'll cost cred. And then you have to either pay off somebody for like getting some of the licenses and some of like the permissions to go through the gate. You can say you'll owe them a favor later. But it'll tie you into them, but it won't like hurt you any. Or you can keep all of your cred and all of your resources and do it either illegally or do it nefariously, right? And potentially upset someone who may be unhappy with you down the road.
I feel like we're like probably most of the spacefaring society at this point is indebted one way or the other to the ZYDO Institute.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking owe them one makes a little bit of sense for us.
Yeah.
Do you want to owe ZYDO? Or one of the guilds? Either would be fine and very easy.
I mean, I like ZYDO. I mean, there's literally that, like, an investment has been made in your future,
Ooh.
Yeah, they've just given us this ship where maybe we didn't have one before.
They're very much like throwing their money into all the buckets and seeing what sticks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you owe them one.
And does that mean we still have other resources to put into the ship / crew, or?
Yeah, so it looks like instead of choosing engines and comms or engines and hull or engines and weapons, you just improve crew quality.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it says when you owe them one, you promise you return the favor down the line, you gain +1 status with ZYDO. And if you choose crew quality, which you did, you have to take that option.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't sound like if we chose owe them one, we have to choose crew quality.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's fair.
Yeah. But choosing crew quality means we would have had to choose that.
Yeah, that's fair. I apologize.
Okay, gotcha.
So we have to choose 2 additional ship systems or choose crew quality.
Right.
I kind of like the idea that our crew is not very quality and we're just kind of
ragtag.
Yeah. Like it's and that also it's like it's us 5 and Joe Schmo Spaceboat Boy just on a slightly better ship.
Yeah, because I get the sense that ZYDO was like, yeah, we can give you ships. I'm not giving you people, though.
Oh, yeah, true.
You are people.
Yeah, you're
the
people.
only people we can afford, and we're not paying you, aside from this ship.
Ship means it is enclosed and will get you into space, and that's about it.
So what would comms be? So is that going to be like our light thing for Morse code or our flags or
Yeah, it's the boatswain whistle.
the boatswain whistle
I mean, well,
in space?
no,
The Horn of Gondor.
I do like having that, like, because I've been watching a lot of. I watched Porco Rosso lately, and I loved the conceit of that,
nice.
like the little light shutters, and it was just like people. It was just like people would just be talking, but they'd have the shutter going back and forth, as though that's somehow communicating like long, complicated sentences. But it's just like.
I mean, I'm assuming, like, I think we actually talked a little bit about how in a space society, a Morse code type system, when you're in space, you can see light. It's going to travel relatively quickly. And it's probably not just a light, it's probably magic light or something to travel real good. I don't know.
It's demon
Like,
light.
it's demon light.
It's probably less super complicated words and more like this set of like
it's memes.
flashes or whatever.
Memes.
Yeah, it's just memes.
Or it's a big octopus who lives in a tank and he's very smart.
Yes.
And he telepathically communicate. So do we want one of ours to go into comms just because at the moment we have 0 of 3 comms?
Yeah, we probably need to be able to communicate in some fashion.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get down to those too, though.
Yeah, I would also. Oh,
is there a place to mark this down on the character sheet, or are we just keeping notes?
Yeah.
I think since we're sharing the ship.
No, if you in your character sheet up on the top it says character mode, you should click it and then look at that. You have a ship mode.
Oh, hey.
What? Character ship mode. That's amazing. Okay, so designation is star dancer.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that gonna?
And the different modules are starting on page 119.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you put Star Dancer in, it changes for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the pros of doing a thing with the book. The cons are you can't customize it.
Is that put that under ship designation or ship?
Oh, I thought it was yeah, you're right. It's just ship up at the top.
Oh,
yeah, you put Star Dancer in ship, and it does it.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, handy.
Oh, whoa. Okay, this is awesome.
It's super cool.
Snazzy.
So it's already got some things like
some
the
abilities.
hull and the engines and the crew.
Yeah, that we have. Oh, and it says, so yeah, we have smuggling compartments, a cargo hold, a jump drive.
What's
and it has like freighter, I think. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay.
This is super cool.
Reputation's weird.
Strange.
No, isn't it strange? Yeah, it's strange.
Oh, strange. Sorry. I knew it was something like that.
I do like how automated Scum and Villainies sheet is.
Yeah. I really appreciate that.
Where did you see stuff like jump drive and all? Oh, there it is. Never mind. See it. Jump drive after.
Quick, tell him.
It's not ticked off.
It's there, Dan.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I would throw out the idea of some kind of comms, and I don't know what. I don't think it would be considered fake transponder or quantum encryptor, but there is an empty line there.
Quantum encryptor can mean a lot of things.
That's true.
We can also change that to whatever we want it to be.
Yeah, there's other things like targeting computer, long range scanner, Nexus link. Those aren't on the sheet, but they're they're modules you can get.
What would just be like a basic like ship to ship or ship to space station communication thing?
Either a big psychic octopus or a big blinky light.
Yes.
I was thinking in like in game terms.
Oh, probably
blinky octopus or big light.
Yeah. Big light. Okay.
Big light. BEEG.
Light.
Big bad evil guy light.
Again,
we also start with a galley, which is fun.
I'm still a fan of we have a soup can with a really long string, and then we just shoot the other soup can to the other ship, and then you pull the string taut, and then you can talk to each other.
It's kind of like when you go to the bank and they have those tubes where you just throw a message in. Like.
And then you but you have to aim it
Hold on, Tom had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Tom.
Did you
Where's
forget?
your thought?
No, I was listening.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You started to say something and then you stopped.
No, I assure you, I've never had a thought in my life.
Big mood.
All right. Let us make choices and not make jokes.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going to throw out the idea of getting another engine upgrade. Just because if we want to be able to go places, a good engine.
Hmm.
I'm also doing that very, very self-indulgently, but...
So mechanically, what do these end up doing? Like, if we have two things in hull, does that mean, like, if we have a hull check, we roll 2 dice for it, or?
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think each one
Afterburner
also has
seems
like a
pretty
special.
good.
I think it's like counts for how many we have, as well as like each one has a special ability. I think, and different ships can have different amounts of stuff.
Okay.
What
So
does Afterburners do?
I kind of like this idea of afterburners because if you think of the fact that we're kind of dumping, instead of raw fuel, we're dumping raw magical energy into it. It says you may treat engines as one higher rating for a roll, but it may damage them. So I feel like with the like level of our technology here, like there's the chance that we could harm our engines through the magic that we pour into them.
So put 1 in Afterburner.
I'm very much on that, especially since I can. I'm able to, as one of the mechanic ability I picked, I'm able to once per, I don't know, probably once per mission, stop a bad thing from the engines going kablooey. I can expend my special armor, which I think only comes back once a mission. So it's like, even if they do break, like, I get like 1 free shot.
Okay.
Yeah, we should also get engine insurance.
Is that a thing on here?
No. Fanatic
don't trust me.
Making a little jokey.
I've got
you
these
said no
engines.
jokes, Dave.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, and then everyone just went around rambling anyway, so it really didn't work.
Yeah. We're putting 1 in Afterburners, and then do we still want to try and put 1 in comms for something?
I'm thinking long range scanner is a good one for comms.
I like that too.
I feel like based on what we chose for a ship, that would really fit well.
Yeah.
What does it?
It says provides a variety of EM spectrum and gravimetric readings, giving the crew advance warning up to 12 light minutes away.
Okay, so it's like just, and I'm assuming if it's things like that, we probably have just by default basic ship to ship communication.
We don't, because I'm pretty sure we said it didn't exist in this world.
Yeah.
I meant like I meant like light box.
Morse code.
Morse code box. Not like
semaphore flags and
like we have some way to communicate with other ships, as low tech as it is, but
I would not assume you have anything.
Okay. Is
there is another 2 passes you get to pick things. So you get the 2 from starting, which you're deciding right now, and then you also get another 2 because you're all very special and you care about this ship a lot.
Okay. So yeah, we got 1 in Afterburners, 1 for long range scanner, and then we've got 2 more to choose.
Yeah, so you choose the ship, and the ship comes with 2 things from the 2 cred that you can spend during crew creation. You choose a reputation, which you've done, and then you customize your ship, add 2 systems to the ship, or improve the crew quality. Oh, you just did that. What the fuck? It repeats.
I think that
we started out with smuggling compartments, cargo hold, and jump drive, and then we got to assign 2.
This is the thing that always kind of drives me insane with Powered by the Dark shit. It just like, it's so vague. Sometimes you read it and you're just like, well, am I doing that? Am I doing it again? Did I already do it? So crew creation summary. Choose your ship. Your ship represents all the types of jobs and crew you're looking for. General crew capabilities. All crews start with 2 cred, which may be spent during crew creation. Then you choose reputation. Then you customize the ship. Add 2 systems of the ship or improve the crew quality. Pick how you dealt with the faction that helped you do so. Then choose a special ability. Special ability that your crew has as a whole if you can't decide. Do the first one. 5. Assign upgrades. Add 2 upgrades to your ship. They can be crew upgrades or ship upgrades. So how many do you actually add?
A million.
I think a total of 4.
So the original 2 probably are talking about the.
But it started with 3, and it said we had the choice there.
It did.
Also, what page are the ship upgrades
I think
on?
systems are not upgrades, right? Like those are separate things.
Yeah, those are different.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like I think upgrades you apply to the system.
Oh, cruise ship upgrades are when you scroll down. It's
Yeah.
things like fall ship papers. Okay,
A med bay,
so we get to
thing
pick
like that.
train, and I want to say it starts with the galley and insight training. It says on the.
I just think that there's another pass you get of the crew of the systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I wrong about that?
I think customize. Choose your ship. Start with 2.
So it says all starts with 2, which could be spent during crew creation. I think it's just reiterating the 2 down at the customize your ship. I
think crew creation's. Oh no, this is crew creation summary. What?
Crew creation was I don't know.
So can I throw how I think this is supposed to be? Because it seems like we chose our ship, which was saying we wanted to be the start answer. Mm-hmm. We start with 2 cred, which somewhere in this we would have a chance to spend, but I don't think it would do it automatically. Choosing reputation we picked, and the reputation was weird. Then there's the customize the ship, which we picked 2 systems or improve crew quality. And so I think the systems we ended up going with were the long range scanner and the afterburners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next is special ability, which we have the getaway, cargo eye, field repairs, leverage, just passing through, home cooking, or problem solvers.
So we need to pick one of those.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's do that.
All right, let's pick a special ability.
Mm-hmm.
Home cooking.
I mean, we
as
have
a vice.
Yeah, but there's a that's a less bad vice than some.
Just
I like problem solvers.
Is one action rating the little
I think those are our skill points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that would be to steer, to fix it, or to I don't know what scramble's going to be used for on the ship, but
and it says up to 3, which sounds like we can each put 3.
Well, I think it's like we each get, if we pick problem solvers, it's as if we're adding 1 action rating to each of those 3, but it can only go, say you already have 3 in one of them, it doesn't bump it up to a 4. I think it just stays at a 3. Because it would be a max action rating of 3 for helm or for rig or for scramble.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which I would still lean towards that one, because that is our piloting and our fixing the ship. Both would all get better. And I'm assuming this is specifically for ship rolls, but
it doesn't sound like it's just ship rolls. It's just like things our ship can do. Because cargo eye is getting extra cred when we smuggle or deliver, and being able to pick out what's valuable.
True.
Yeah, these are sort of also qualities of our group in a way. Not necessarily.
During payoff you get less heat.
Yeah, they're not necessarily things that are attached to our ship. I think these are more things attached to us.
Okay, so what are we feeling then?
I mean, I like problem solvers. That feels like the biggest kind of blanket.
Yeah, I'd vote problem solvers.
Yeah, and reading it's saying up to a max of 3 is you can't, obviously the maximum skill rating on anything is 3, so we can each add 1 point to our character, but we can't go beyond 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's we get to add. Oh, okay. So each crew
add...
member may add one to one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. That's still not
and
bad.
And you can't put one and one that's already at 3.
Gotcha. Okay, that seems solid. We each get an additional thing for an important thing.
Yeah. So we want to do problem solvers.
Problem solvers. And we each get.
How you feel about it, Tom?
Works for me. All right. Solvers.
So it was rig. You can choose 1 point in rig, helm, or scramble.
Okay. And so the next
I'm gonna
step...
put that in scramble.
Scramble.
So I thought it was like scramble earlier, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm picking it.
Scramble.
Scruples.
Scramble.
Oh, I like that.
So I think I understand about assign upgrades now. It's separate from what we were doing before, which was like adding 2 systems. Upgrades are on the right column underneath the special abilities under cruise ship upgrades. And so we get to pick 2 of those.
What page?
It's under start answer.
On the character sheet, there's actually a place for crew, ship, and ship upgrades, and in the book, it's on page 117.
Yeah.
Ship upgrades or crew gear.
Yes.
And you get 2.
And so 123 has the specific start answer crew ship upgrades.
Well, are there generic and start answer, or do you only get?
I think we can pick from any, but each ship has its own few that it specifically gets.
Okay.
They can be crew or ship, and we're picking 2.
You get 2 total or 2 each?
2 total.
Okay. All right.
Gotcha. Cool. And those are different from auxiliary ship gear training and crew gear, right? Because these are specifically crew / ship upgrades.
These are different, yeah.
So it's false ship papers, dark hyperspace, lane maps, smugglers rigging, lucky charm, and thrill seekers. Right?
Without having read them all, thrill seekers seems pretty great. We each get +1 stress box.
Oh, it costs 3 upgrades to unlock it, though.
Oh, yep.
So it's not like it has 3 stacks. We would be able to put 2 in there.
That's why it's great.
Oh yeah, that would do it. Smuggler's rigging doesn't seem bad. We each get 1 extra item to carry, which has no weight.
Oh, we got skin pockets.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Bring an onion back.
So unrelated to that, what were the things that you what were the things you upped? Engine and comms?
Yes.
Yes.
I just
we did afterburners and long range scanner.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure I'm writing it down.
Lucky Charm gives crew starts with +1 gambit every job, and that costs both of our upgrades. I don't really know what gambits are yet, but
I think it's like it is a communal resource that lets us do some big silly things.
They're no points. They're like,
yeah,
a bad thing would be happening, and then we're like, I'm gonna spend one of my no points, and that bad thing doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I think we do all share them.
We start with 2 gambits at the start of every job, and this would give us a starting of 3 instead.
I think that we're gonna have. I think that that's a bad trade. I think that there's gonna be ways for us to generate gambits later, but I think that upgrades are gonna be harder to I think that that's just bad value. I think that we're gonna have better ways to generate gambits later.
I think because I know you add a gambit to your crew when you roll a 6 or critical on a risky action and you didn't spend gambit on it. So it says that on the character mode to the right under your skills and then bonus dice, and then it says gambits.
Okay.
I like the dark hyperspace lane maps.
That does sound fun
too, because I don't know if it's a direct analog for something in your world, Dave, but I can see that translating to we know our way around the universe a little bit better than some other people, and we can kind of sneak around if we need to.
Yeah, we don't need to use the interstellar highway to get around.
Oh yeah, true.
I think that Yeah, I think that makes sense too, because my character is very connected with the way and space creature. Like it specifically says way creatures in there, and I think that's kind of what my character is all about, is being in tune with them.
Dark Google, show me the forbidden constellations.
I'm writing that down.
I actually love the idea of like the spontaneous creation. It's like it's also called Google.
Oh no.
Google Alphabet doesn't exist in this world, but it's still called Google for some reason.
Oh, lovely.
After the smartest octopus who ever lived.
Exactly.
Googly the octopus.
Right, exactly. And you find yourself Googling things.
We got
So do we
Space Lane maps.
Do you want to do smugglers rigging with that?
I'm always a fan of that one in my Dark Heresy games. In my
Blades in the Dark.
Yeah.
I'm about skin pockets.
I hate it, but it does
You have to
basically
say
mean we get to bring in like an extra weapon or an extra something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which just seems useful.
It seems very good. Or it's like maybe you're delivering something and you're hiding the real thing on you, and the fake thing is the super visible thing.
Sure. It does have to be something with a load of one, but I mean that's a pretty broad. For example, repair tools, hacking tools, a detonator, spy gear, maps and charts, communicator are all one. But
so imagine like a detonator in your skin pocket, and you just kind of like slap your leg.
Oh god, I hate.
Yeah, my character is pretty much always going to have a fine melee weapon, so I will greatly appreciate the skin pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need my fine ship repair tools are 2, so I'm gonna need that one more is gonna be very nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that gives me that
anything else
spare
to pick
part.
For this?
Let me go back up here.
We definitely have the crew contact, but I'm not too worried about that quite yet.
Yeah, favorite contact,
we
and
can
then
come back to that.
And I think like the sheet actually auto-populated with stuff for contacts.
Yeah, we just have to pick.
Yeah, or you can make one.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, so
we can figure that out later, though. Probably
because you picked ZYDO, there will be a ZYDO one that I'm going to make. But if you want to make contacts too,
yeah. So
it's
just steps 6 and 7 that we haven't completed.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, we lost a Tom, but Tom is back.
Hey, so what were
Long live Tom.
Tom.
6 is the favorite contact. 7 says update your ship info. It just says update some basic information, gambits that refresh every job, and calculate upkeep.
Yeah.
So I think that's, if anything,
we're good on that.
Changed.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So then what I want to do with the last little bit of time that we have is you can set this up as a vignette. This can be a flashback. This can be happening right now. Who came to say goodbye to you, or who did you go say goodbye to as you were getting ready to go beyond the gate?
I'm going to say my mentor, Aleth Zakiri. And
spelling, please.
Alyth.
Okay.
Zakiri, and she is a descendant of the Zakiris that I role played a couple of times.
And they were Dragoon fighters?
Yep. I think, let's see. Okela, Okela, was the spy in the sabotage of the summoning. And Torsay.
That's a descendant, isn't it? Didn't that happen after?
No, I don't think so. That was the summoning of the All Dragon during the war.
Gotcha.
And then Torsay was like before the Dragoons. He was one of the Resistance members.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about it.
So Aleph, I'm not sure how I want to pronounce that, but she would have been my mentor, the one who basically was the one who trained me in the ways of the Dragoons. And I think she would have probably been the only one from the order or the cult or whatever we want to call it to come, because we're a pretty like self-sufficient crew, I guess. I don't know what else you're looking for there.
I mean,
I think it would have been a pretty like.
It's what you're looking for. Is it a heartfelt moment? Is it, like I'll make you proud? Is it sad? Is everybody happy? Do they have any last words of wisdom? Where does it take place? Just starting the characterization. One of the things I want to do with this is like you go out beyond the gate and do things, and then you come back, and it's like any session could be the last one for a character because they die, go missing, or because they're like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a very kind of stoic departure in a lot of ways, but she grants me kind of the quest of some sort that is to return with the blessing of one of the way drakes, which would be, I don't know, something signifying that I've protected them, or yeah, basically fought in their honor. Like maybe I could return with a Drake scale or something like that.
Nice.
Or something that would be only they could gift, like it couldn't be taken from their body.
Okay. Are you okay with them having brought another student with them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. The student has wrapped up a little gift for you, which they press into your hands.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll me a D1000.
Oh shit!
Holy crap!
Rolling real dice.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Real dice in my electric dice podcast. It's more
Disgusting.
likely than you'd think.
Wow, 986.
Holy moly!
Wow, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean, that could be as good as a 1. I don't know, but
Right?
Yeah.
Hold on. It's taking a lot of time to scroll.
I imagine.
that's very far down in the list.
986.
Yeah.
Ooh. This isn't a good gift at all.
Oh.
The next one was way cooler.
Oh.
Could have lied. You could. We can't see the listing. You could lie.
If there's anything that you need to know about me, I am too honest. The exact item is a wig from someone who was beheaded.
Oh my god!
Which just doesn't even make sense.
Was probably your ancestor. It was your ancestor for their crimes.
It was like your
Frogs don't even
grandma or
have
something.
hair.
So I think to make this like make a little bit of sense, I really want it to be a is it a barrister's wig? Right?
Oh, like the old like judges.
Yeah, it's a barrister's wig for your frog.
Oh my god!
And like, they press it into you, and you're just like, "What is this? A dead dog?" Right? As you're like, trying to unwrap it, it's just fur and messy. And they're like, "Well, it was supposed to be kind of a joke because the laws of the universe are different." Or I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna. Because I still have the random name generator up, and this name just jumps out at me as somebody who would gift me a wig of a beheaded judge. Seth was one of the random generated names. His name's just going to be Seth, or maybe Blath.
Blath. Seth Blath. Seth Blath. So Seth, if you're watching this, thanks for the wig from someone who was beheaded. Jesus fucking Christ! All right. Who's next?
Oh, I like filth too. Philth.
Filth is good.
Filth.
Filth
It's
is
pronounced Philip.
No, it's pronounced filth. All right, who's next? Who else wants to enter my D1000 trinket?
Okay. I can go next if.
Oh man,
else is
but
ready.
986 is already taken.
It's true.
Wait, but what was 987? I have to know now.
Wait,
No.
someone might roll it. You can't say.
Not yet. Not yet.
if someone else
Ian,
gets 986.
Just talk over Tristan. I believe in you.
Okay, so for underneath the like friend and rival thing, the fast friends, one of the things they generated was Mav, a former mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm seeing this character as like, first of all, I never really gave a name or description for my character on stream. His name is Moreau Watterson. Most people call him Murray.
Or Waterboy.
Or Waterboy.
Keep going.
And appearance-wise, like I've just been envisioning like an Abe Sapien type character, sort of fish person type thing, wears like a kind of blanket cloak. So what was the word that you discovered, Amanda, for like what like McCree is wearing in Overwatch?
Oh, it's a Ruana. That's what I'm wearing right now.
Like that sort of thing, where it's kind of flowy, but not like fancy or anything like that.
I just assumed
it's
it was
just like a piece of cloth that was wrapped around.
Sort of
yeah, okay.
That was a good movie.
So Mav is his like former pilot instructor. He's the guy who kind of showed him the ropes and taught him how to fly and that sort of thing. And one of the things I established about my character very early on is that part of the reason he became a navigator and a pilot in the first place is because his mother went on some, like when he was really young, his mother went on some mission beyond the gate and never came back. And so from like a really young age, he decided, well, I gotta become a pilot and navigator so I can find her and bring her back. And that was always in the back of his mind, but it did happen when he was really young. And so over time, like that memory, he gained distance from that. And so it was still a guiding force in his life just because it always had been, but it became less of the primary reason he was doing things, even though he wouldn't really admit it to himself. Like the vice I picked for him is pleasure. And so it's the idea that he's kind of still in it because he's looking for new experiences. He's looking to explore and see what's out there. But he keeps saying to people like, well, yeah, that like, I'm kind of doing this for my mom. And like his mentor, Mav, is the one person who sees through it because he's been with him so long. And he's just like, look, that may have been how this started, but there's more to this now. You have changed as a person. And that's not a bad thing. I just don't want you to lie to yourself about why you're going on this trip.
Sure, that's cool.
So I imagine they had probably a few big arguments leading up to his departure until finally they kind of meet up right before he leaves. And both of them are kind of awkward about it, but they kind of reconcile in a sense of just like they do care about each other. And it's the sort of thing like just be okay out there. All right. And try to be honest with yourself about things. That's sort of Mav talking to Murray. Murray's kind of begrudgingly acknowledging at first, but then is like, no, you're right. And I see it being a point moment where they could have ruined their relationship entirely, but they know that that's a bad idea.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. In contrast to a lot of other people who are going away, they managed to make it work as opposed to fighting and ending it. It's like, oh, I don't care. I probably won't even see him. I will tell you, I am extremely tempted to just give you a leaf on the wind, but
yeah, I was debating between Kenai and leaf on the wind.
I just mean as a gift. Just here, it's a leaf on the wind. Get it? Go ahead and roll a D1000. Please and thank you.
Okay.
$987. Come on.
Can you imagine?
That would be amazing.
What'd you get?
460.
I got 460.
460. Scrolling away. 460. Oh, this one's good. Ha! What are you gonna do now, Danla? Be sad?
I mean, just put my wig on, I guess. I don't know. drape the curls in front of my face and try to block out the world.
Yeah.
I put on my wig and wizard hat.
I put on my barrister's wig and my wizard hat. So 460 is a tooth from a megalodon.
What the fuck? That's perfect for my character.
I know. It would have been much cooler.
Goddamn filth.
Filth gave you literally the worst gift. I actually like to think that when they walked away, they were like, that is not what I ordered. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, from space eBay, something came very wrong.
So, wrong.
Right? So a tooth from a megalodon. And you can change this if you want, but I like just thinking about it and looking at it, like I imagine that this is like carved. And this is like, stay true to your path. You know what I mean? Like, be like a shark. When you are piloting, you are in charge. You are right. Like there's a lot of like, I think that your teacher gets a little.
Swimming, it'll die.
What's
shark stops swimming. If it stops swimming, it dies.
Right. That's exactly. I think that this is a moment where it's like you need to understand that being a pilot is going into a war against the void every moment of your life. This isn't just a machine, boy. This is a fight.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if this was a gift from his mentor, and yeah, it definitely seems like something his mentor gave him.
Yeah, no, I love this, and especially because it's such a sweet juxtaposition against the useless barrister's wig.
So no joke. Like I think this is gonna create some character conflict here. I think my character is going to always judge you for having this thing that no one should possess.
Honestly, just based on like the discussions we've been having tonight, I imagine your character and my character are going to have a really interesting relationship.
Why should no one have a megalodon tooth?
Well, I'm imagining it's probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, because this is obviously like your character's item, but I would maybe my character would think that it's from one of the way creatures, and he'd be like, you shouldn't be carrying that.
Could be. I'm gonna let Ian decide.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. My character would probably just be like, I mean, I don't know, my mentor gave it to me, so I don't see any issue with it.
What the hell is that?
That's beautiful.
Where did you get that from?
Oh,
Wow.
It's all bubble sounding.
That was just a terrible noise. I can't. I just have to. That was a very bad noise.
Sorry.
And anyone mind if I steal the next vignette? I'll assume that's a go. All right, so my guy, just to first give an idea of his appearance, he's like some sort of cephalopod man wearing overalls, covered in grease stains. Don't question how it works too much. It's not worth it. But I imagine it's like a side view of him, and you can tell it's like some sort of shop, and he's got like a backpack with a bunch of tools on it and like a separate box, and does the side view of him walking out the door and like goes past the wall. And you see him standing with some other guy, probably a little younger looking than him, and you see the sign just above the door, Kraken Mechanics or something like that. And his name, by the way, is Jetsam.
Yeah, of course.
Jetsam, yeah. And so he's like, well, Choil, we've had a good run. You've been a good assistant for me. I want you to watch the place while I'm out. Make sure nothing bad happens to it. You got that spare key I made for you?
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right. Lock up. I don't want to risk anyone getting in.
Yeah. Hold on though. Where did we move the extra key that it used to be in the little model sun out front?
I mean, we had that one that was under the mat. And then you needed to borrow it.
Yep.
And then you lost it, remember?
I didn't. No, I got mugged.
A shark took it.
A shark took it. Okay, well, just keep an eye on the place.
Well, I have mine.
Then.
I'm gonna put the one that was in this. Yeah, I'm gonna put the mug. I'm gonna put the one back. So
all right, thank you.
Where are your keys? Are you hanging them up on the thing?
I'm bringing them with me.
Why?
So when I get back, I can get into my shop.
I'll be here.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
I'll make a copy and send one back to you.
Okay. Hey,
Sound good?
something came for you. I signed for it.
Oh, okay.
Then I opened it.
Oh.
Because I thought it was a gift for me. Because you were leaving.
When have I ever given you things? I don't
like
even pay you.
Seems like it was a great time to start. So maybe
okay,
you
well,
probably
here.
feel bad now.
You know what? Sure. Here. I'll make you a deal. And he like reaches into and like pulls out like scooches aside a little side panel on the front of it and just like pulls out another spare key because he's got like 12.
Yeah,
just
he knows.
hidden.
He
it's
knows.
like he's like here.
What's his face doesn't even
this.
lose them. He just leaves them around, so you pick them back up to try and teach him a lesson, but it never works.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Choil, here as a gift, you can borrow this extra spare key.
Okay, roll D1000.
You got it. 505. Item not found.
Oh, another cool thing that Danilay would like.
Okay.
God damn it.
An ornate onyx bishop chess piece with an inscription on the bottom that appears to be a skull in the center of a starburst. And not the candy.
Did you make all the items on this table yourself, or is it
No, I stole this. I can give it to you if you want.
I was just curious if like there was specific meaning behind certain things that you
not to pull back the sweet veneer of technical mystery wizardry. What was this guy's name? Chunk or something?
It was his name is Choil. He's one that I replaced another. I replaced a family member and changed the name to Choil, an assistant.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's like he's like, well, this is something, and starts walking away, and the camera is gonna zoom back, and you see that like 3 or 4 feet to the right of the door, and just throughout the entire thing, there's a giant gaping hole. Like half of the shop is missing. When earlier there was the pan where you know how it's like you'll see someone walk through a door and it's like you're following them. It's like you're going through a wall. Nah, it's just missing. You can just walk through there.
Nice.
Like you can. Like half the shop is blown to shit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Like
so the key does nothing. Got it.
Yeah. No. He's
okay.
He's just like, don't make sure no one gets in.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
Amanda and Tom.
I'll go.
Are you sure you want to go, Tom? You don't want to be our capstone?
All right, I'll be the cat. It just seems like you're hyping me up now. So
I just feel like when the accent comes out, like everyone's going to need to take a break and just really like just focus on it and commit it.
Yeah,
to memory.
It probably will be very poor if I try to follow you up, and it'll be like,
that's
oh man,
not
we're
true.
like tuned out.
Stop hyping me up. You're gonna freak me out.
You're a good role player, Amanda. I like playing with you.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for you.
I appreciate you, Dave.
I'm still working on a
okay.
voice.
And you can't do any worse than a barrister's wig, so.
True.
I was typing some things together. So here I go. That's a good wig, Dan. So I spent so much time typing my things that I didn't hear how you guys framed this, and now I feel like I'm gonna be odd man out.
I'm doing it completely ad hoc.
Good, you're in the same situation I was, where I had no frame of reference. You can roll some other piece of trash like I did.
All right,
I have been doing this for 20 years. You can't stump me. You can't surprise me. I can roll with anything.
All right. So I am a scoundrel. My name is Gwen. My name is Guinevere Pond, but I go by Ginny.
Guinevere Pond.
Pond. I'm gonna explain that in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I go by Ginny, just because like, who knows how to spell Guinevere?
Yeah. It means fair lady, doesn't it?
So I googled up aquatic names, and it's something like White River.
Yeah. Okay. White. I thought it was like White Fair Lady, White Lady, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. Guinevere history is like looked at as like villainous at times, or like as a frail woman at times. It's like all over the place.
Yeah.
But I just like the name.
Yeah.
So you see my last name is Pond, and that's because I am a pondling, which I am now stating in reality as pondlings are orphans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I was fortunate enough to be taken in by a guild and raised within the guild as a member, and they're like the closest thing I have to a family. But also like that's my life at that point. Like I never had any true structure or role models, so I'm like kind of like an odd little individual.
Mm-hmm.
As stated earlier, I'm going with like an axolotl kind of build. I like the idea of like not slimy, but like you have like that slick skin, and then like I like the idea of like all the frills and gilly stuff looking all fancy.
Sure.
I picked for my vice, it said to pick like one or two and then write some things, so I picked two. I picked obligation for one of them because I grew up in the guild as one of their pondlings.
Yep.
And they raised me, coached me, and I owe my not being dead on the street to them.
Right. And they remind you of it constantly.
Yeah. It's like a greeting, right? Like everybody does this.
Mm-hmm.
And my other thing I picked was weird because like it is a little unconventional. Like my family was a bunch of other orphan kids being wrangled around. And our guild is like it's an unconventional guild because it's artistic and visual in nature, and not always for the sake of does it serve a purpose other than aesthetics. So I'm picked the weird nature because it's all about like I'll randomly like try to use things as different types of materials and see what they look like. And not gonna lie, the inside of our ship probably is gonna have some areas that are just like smeared with different colors and stuff, or like random things soldered together.
Yeah.
Also stealing nuts and bolts to build things.
The other half of the
I need my privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd like to think that my how I came to be on the ship was kind of like with any guild, you send envoys off into different and random things that are popping up, so that you have like you hold stake in something, and it's super easy to send the pondlings off because they got nothing really keeping them behind, right?
Yeah, you just tell them it's very important.
Yeah,
they're like they eat that shit right up.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this will be good for the guild, and I get to go and be outside and do things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
so I was like selected.
Yeah, this is really good. Do you want to be having this conversation back at like the orphanarium, or do you want them to be seeing you off?
I imagine that happens all at the same time. They're really quick about this.
Okay. All right, so you're at the orphanarium. So
yeah.
I'm actually going to lift something from one of my other games. Yeah. So this is Pond's Castle. It's huge. It's very fancy. It is both above and below water.
Ooh, that is really fancy.
Yeah. And yeah, it's very much like the Wayne Manor when it was gifted to the city of Gotham to be a home for stray boys, right? Like, so you are called to the room. You've been waiting, and so like the deputy head proctor that is saying goodbye to you in their office is currently reaming out 2 children for having done something, and you're just catching bits and pieces of this, and you've definitely heard like all of the same familiar things that you had heard as a kid. It's like, well, I'm extremely disappointed. I don't know who could have raised you like this, because I know we didn't make this mistake, right? And they're like, well, I guess if you just want to be an uncouth little child and roam the streets, maybe the streets will take care of you, because we certainly won't. And it ends with no dinner, right?
Yeah, like it's like nobody eats dinner. Dinner's a myth.
Yeah, dinner's a myth. You get dinner on your 16th name day, and that's it. And they don't even like, it's not done. You've just been waiting long enough that they call you in. And so now there's 2 very sad other pondlings who are like doing everything they can not to openly weep, but they are terrified. Mm-hmm. And they're just like looking at you, and they're like, she gets to, I assume I guess it doesn't matter. Like, they get to leave.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. So what do how do you enter this scene?
So like clearly I'm already clutching a little bag, because when they summoned me, it was, hey, come to this meeting room, and also be sure to pack because you're leaving.
And you're like, oh fuck, I'm done. It's over for me.
It's like, oh my god, they're kicking me out. I don't even like. This is everything I know. It's like I thought I was one of the good ones.
Right.
But yeah, they dragged me in there, and they're actually telling like, I've been gifted with an opportunity to represent them on a what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, an adventure. You're going on an
adventure. Yeah, like a sponsored adventure.
Yeah, so this is, unless you have a name for it, this is Deputy Proctor Miss Tico.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, and she says, oh, what was your name?
Well, she would call me Guinevere, because they always say a person's entire name. They're not about friendliness.
Yeah, but like she literally she like has a clipboard, and she's like, and what is your name?
It's Guinevere.
Oh, yes. Oh, very good. Yes. How lovely. Do you know why you're here?
I was told to gather my things and come to the office.
That's correct. Thank you for doing so. Well done.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to help.
And she stops listening to you, and she looks at it. She's like, do you see what you get when you behave? And they're like...
I imagine they're like 2 little frogs, and they're just like shrunken into their shoulders.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, you get rewards. You get opportunities. If you show promise, maybe you'll grow into something. And then she looks at you, and you're like you didn't grow, right? You're
not even a frog.
Yeah.
You're just big.
So it's like I'm some amphibious looking thing that's kind of like an axolotl, but it's like, not gonna lie, I'm a little. I got like my arms are a little stubby.
You got dangly
and it's
bits.
Like, yeah, it's like I'm gangly in some areas that don't make sense, and stocky in other areas that are like, what?
Yeah, and
that's very clear.
Yeah, she just lets that hang for a moment, and she's like, well, Guinevere, you're going beyond the gate. We tied the ZYDO some of our most gifted every few years to help with some of their... Well, they call them experiments, but I feel like that gives the wrong impression. Do you remember science class?
Yes.
When you dissected the little horseshoe crabbies?
No, I don't want that happening to me.
What'd you say, Tom?
No, please, I have a family. Ah!
I didn't know if you were
like they're sentient.
I didn't know if you were being the little kids or not. So
No, he's being a horseshoe crab.
Yeah. Full duh. Yeah. She says, "This is very exciting for you."
I'm flashing back to like the teachers like standing over me yelling at me to do the dissection, and I'm
Kill it,
like
stab it.
Yeah,
Harvest
they're
its
just being like
blood.
super aggressive and evil about it.
Yeah. She says, "Well, as is tradition, we all chipped in and we got you a little something. Yeah, I know we did. I know it's here somewhere. Hold on.
I'm extremely surprised that they're getting me something.
Could you please roll 1d1000, please? Hold on.
Please roll a 986, please.
It's here. Another wig.
42, meaning of life.
42.
42.
That's pretty good. All right, let's see.
That is pretty good.
I think that's pretty auspicious for your comedy sci-fi game.
That's true. So 42 is a small silver bell that makes a faint sound like distant thunder when it's struck. Which is,
oh my god, this had to have been so expensive.
And like finally she just looks around and she looks at like a shelf behind her. And it's like, you don't see
her
this.
bell collection.
Right. Like she picks it up and there's dust underneath. And she's like, yep. Here you are. The littlest bell.
My most prized possession.
Yep. She says, I'm very happy for you. I'm sorry we didn't have enough time to do the engraving because ZYDO only told us very recently where you were going. Where
am I going?
It's called like the Firecracker or something. It's very nice. It's very nice. I apologize. I'm late for another meeting.
Where? Okay. What do I wait somewhere? Is they gonna come and get me?
Bye now.
She just hands me like a bus ticket.
One way discount. Yep. Cool.
No, thank you. I very much. This is good.
Yeah.
I've got my just for clarity, my bag is just like a hodgepodge of like random assorted papers and broken pencils. What are you doing?
Waiting.
Oh, it's Tom's turn. You can go.
No, not yet. Not yet. Finish your thought, Amanda.
Oh, yeah, it's just like crushed bugs and other things to make other materials. Let me get real weird with it.
Oh yeah, fuck it up. It's gonna be fucking dope.
I'm done. The end.
Tom.
All right.
Tom.
Oh, this is weird. Now y'all are making it weird.
Tom, that's all I do.
All right. So I think we see a crab hard at work over a series of strange controls.
Who's surprised?
He's in a darkened laboratory, and all around strange machines lie silent, except one. Slowly, from a rack on the ceiling, sort of winches over a big steel drum on which is written like extreme biohazard, do not open. Level 7 containment.
The crab. I choose to not understand these signs.
There's like a picture of a fish skeleton, and then there's a picture of just like a nut, like a skull, a picture of like a bunch of dying fish, a big black triangle. Like there's just like
a sad face.
It's covered in like red tape with writing on it, like possibly magical glyphs on it.
Right.
All right, and it's being winched into place slowly over a big glass, an empty big glass sphere, an empty big glass sphere. This crab very nervous at the controls. He's got his safety goggles on.
And that's it.
Yeah, correct. And he very carefully winches it into place. And the crab says, now Bingo. And Bingo, a giant otter ape, for those of you not aware, walks over, and he holds the piece of glass steady so that the big tub, the big barrel sort of slots into the top of it. And then the crab comes over and he pulls a lever, like a big heavy steel lever at the bottom of the thing. And the glass sphere fills with this bubbling, like horrible neon green sludge, like iridescent and glowing and shifting, and the smell, even through, well, actually, if you got a whiff of the smell, you would be instantly killed. But like,
you can see visible smell.
But you can still smell it
there
through
are
glass.
visible stink lines. It's just this seething fucking cauldron of just putrescent vileness slaps itself like meatily into this tub, into this glass sphere that the otter ape is holding.
So is he holding his breath the whole time?
No. They're like they socketed into each other.
Oh, okay. So there's no contain. Yeah.
No. They're like airlocked into each other.
Right. Yeah. Is it slowly decants?
Yeah. And then once it's done, they're detached from each other. And we see that this glass sphere has like a little airlock at the top, basically, just a little hatch. And on front, it has just like a little, like a membrane, almost like a speaker head, basically, like just this little membrane that can vibrate. And I think
like a SCOBY.
That suddenly out of this thing, this horrible bubbling mass, comes a voice that says, "So Drimbold, I take it none of the procedures were successful."
Right. And so did the crab expect this to work, or?
No, the crab is my publisher. And it has I was involved, you see, in a very unfortunate accident during an earlier expedition to Gate Space, and I've only recently been recovered. However,
Recovered.
Yeah. ZYDO, however, believes that my expertise, both as a scientist and as a person who has experienced things no other living creature has survived. Well, survived.
Yeah.
Believes that it is worth the fantastic expenditure of buying me from the university that was holding me as a sample and having me conscripted, sort of recruited into an expedition back through the gate. Drimbolt has been arranging the negotiations while I've been in custody, and now, in the dead of the night, while the building has been evacuated, he has arranged to have me spirited away to the ship.
So what is the crab's name? I apologize.
Oh, sorry. His name is Drimpt.
Drimpt?
Yeah, DRIMBT. He's my publisher.
Oh, I put a P instead of a B. Drimpt. Okay. No, this is awesome. Does he have an accent at all?
Oh, no. Go ham. Like, go nuts.
Okay. He's like, that's a pretty complicated question, isn't it? I think it's best we not linger on it. You don't feel your fingers anymore, do you?
I couldn't help but notice that I'm still in a jar, which typically means, unless I've shrunk quite radically and also had all of my limbs dissolved some other way, I'm still a boiling sludge. Is that correct? More or less, would you say?
Yes, it's what. Out of character, did you have Bingo beforehand, or is this a new development? Because I'm imagining it's a new development.
Yeah, I think Bingo's new. I think
this is
I
Bingo
knew
number one.
This is Bingo number one.
Yeah, as he clacks once or twice. He's like, "That's why we took the precaution of providing you with an extraneous set of limbs and otherwise mobile. We tried one of those herky-jerky things, and I don't really.
Well, that's fantastic.
The building's gone. We don't know where the rest of you made it, but.
Well, so long as you didn't give me one of those infernal, what are they, otter ape? A couple of good strapping young lads with good heads on their shoulders, and I'm sure I could manage to overcome the limitations of my condition.
Yep. Bingo's the guy for you.
You can't see, can he?
Bit quiet, but so here's a little oddity. We got a visit from the Lawyers Guild there. and due to some weird technicalities with the salvage operation, legally, you have been conveyed with roll 1d 1000, please.
Oh, okay.
Well, he
Bye,
didn't
Tom.
want to play.
Wow. He turned into sludge.
1000,
ZYDO.
and now he's gone.
ZYDO
A
conscripted
168.
my Wi-Fi as well.
Yeah, it seems. What'd you get?
168.
168. All right. So
Yes.
for good or ill, your purchase they've also conveyed. Oh, that's not bad. 168 is a small metallic rod that glows faintly and makes a whining noise whenever held aloft.
Whining?
Whining.
Aw.
So
Very well. What was this chap's name again? Bingo, was it?
Yep, Bingo. And Bingo will be in charge of keeping that rod. So legally, we own the rod, and then you are part and parcel to this strange metallic device.
Right, but I don't understand. So, am I an employee of ZYDO or technically their property?
Yeah, we had you registered as a. Okay, do you know what a futon is?
Fun fact, I don't sleep anymore. So that's been an exciting discovery. One of, I suppose, many. So I suppose that's somewhat ironic, I guess.
Where we filed paperwork to have you reclassified as a light truck, but currently, it turns out that the building that burned down when we lost you the first time was the Department of Maritime Vehicles.
Yeah. Well, okay. Regardless, I understand the broad strokes of the deal. ZYDO means to send me out on some damn little expedition of theirs. The last thing I want to do. But I suppose if there are any answers to be found, they'll be found out there. And likewise, to maintain my estate, which I understand is in terrible disarray.
Yep.
I will require you to publish, as per our arrangement, any findings or discoveries I should make while on the far side of the gate. Is that still the plan? Insofar as I understand it?
Yes, absolutely. Your publishing contracts have not changed. So interestingly enough, you have tenure with the ZYDO Institute, seeing as you are property of the ZYDO Institute, so they can't fire you. But also, we can't actually deed you your own publishing rights, so you're kind of just in this weird clearinghouse currently.
Well, I suppose, but the profits from the book should go to my wife. How is Celia, by the way? Have you checked in on her as I requested?
Right, and like we just smash cut to like when he was printing out the list of things he needed to do, like from the executor of your will, right? And he just like went to grab for it and clipped it. There's just something that's been, cut in half and he can't read it anymore. And he's just like, it was number 11, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, quite right.
Seem important.
Yeah.
All right. And all the preparations have been made aboard the vessel for suitable containers for me. I wouldn't want to go dissolving another perfectly good set of crew. Not after what happened last time.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. They know to expect use.
All right, wonderful. Well, if that's all, Jim, I leave my estate in your capable hands. I'll have manuscript items sent to you at every convenient point of passage. And now I will be underway. Take care, and thank you for so skillfully decanting me. It was much appreciated. It was incredibly, somehow, much more cramped in there than in here. I think it was the lack of windows, mostly.
Oh, you can see?
Oh, yes. I can actually see in every direction. Isn't that a strike?
Huh. Okay, so what... I'm just curious, for the book, what does Bingo look like to you?
Oh, he's quite large.
Yeah.
A hairy fellow as well.
Yes.
Wonderfully sensitive hands as well. He's very quiet, I see. Very quiet.
Yeah, we sprung for the best.
He smells of clams. Is that normal?
And at the sound of clams, do you want to just like high or low if he drops you to start running around looking for them, or?
Oh, yeah, high or low?
Yeah.
I'll say high.
Okay. Do you want to roll, or do you want me to?
I'll roll it.
Okay. Yeah. Then it's in your hands.
All right. So high. He drops me to go look for clams.
You just roll away screaming. In the scene, I imagine the scene cuts away as you're screaming, "Bingo, right?"
Yeah. Bingo!
Oh yeah.
So just to get this clear, you are a fishbowl filled with goo, being carried around.
Deadly toxic goo. Yes.
Deadly toxic goo. Does Bingo just hold you, or does he have like a harness?
He has. I think that in this scene he was just holding me.
Yeah.
In this scene he was just holding me because they were like performing an operation to get me out of the thing.
They didn't know what you were gonna fit in.
Yeah, in future scenes he's got me in like a papoose.
Yeah. Evil con carne.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That was fantastic. That made the whole night for me, because honestly, character generation sessions fucking suck. Even when they're good, they're so boring. I hate them. It's one of my least favorite things about the game. I'm just a miserable old curmudgeon, no matter what's going on.
But yeah.
That was beautiful. That made me happy.
Would you like a barrister's wig?
I would not, in fact. I mean,
can we put the barrister's wig on the orb?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably gonna buy you one in real life now. Like that just
gotta wig the orb.
Yeah. So
whenever I'm unveiling some new technology at work, I'll wear the wig.
Yeah, that would be good. So what did you roll? 986, 987?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I already looked at the list you dropped in there. Either direction would have been better.
Yes, quite literally. You just got the worst thing imaginable. I
have actually scrolled through a significant amount of this list and randomly sampled things. There's nothing worse than this.
It might be the worst item in the entire list, which is baffling. I'm not saying, it's like, 1, you put down like half a copper piece, 2, broken pencil, and then, 999 gun. But like, I also feel like 986 should probably be some hot spice.
Okay, so here's actually number 1 is a compass that always points to Master. I don't know what that is, but 2 and 3 are actually kind of bad. But I would have maybe preferred 3.
What are 2 and 3?
So 2 is a paper fan that won't produce a breeze no matter how hard it's waved.
That's fantastic. That's
interesting.
Like
but number 3 might be my favorite in here. A petrified potato that resembles someone important to you.
Let the potato rest.
So yeah. So the big thing with Dr. Barnabas is basically, on the one hand, it's like I would like to be a people again. On the other hand, like my current form is full of delights and wonders that perhaps I could learn to love being a ball of toxic plasma.
Right. I kind of imagine you as that one Dr. Ectoplasm guy from Hellboy.
There's
who's just like in the mariner suit.
Yeah, very much that sort of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, like a little part of me almost expected either like what's Bingo? Bongo?
Bingo.
Bingo's head to be replaced with this and just have it be some horrifying nightmare creation.
I do like to think that that's what they planned to do, and then it just didn't work. Like that would be a great way to start with Bingo 2. Bingo 1 melted.
I think that's
Bingo
what happened.
Still has his head.
That's what happened to Bongo.
So Bingo is actually Bingo 2, and then the wig that Dan Law's person got is actually just Bingo 1's.
Yeah, that'll be the whole game, is us just trying to find a single purpose for this fucking bloody wig.
Okay. I don't know. It sounds pretty great.
I'm going to run an ad, and then we are going to raid, because it's late and I am tired. But I just want to say thank you to all of our players. Y'all did amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I know sometime around 3 hours into episode 2, or maybe even the beginning of episode 3, we thought we would never get here. But look at that. Episode 5, actually episode 1, actually episode 0.5, because next time we will play the real game and roll the real dice.
Yeah.
Oh, sentient.
I mean, I'm almost just as excited to have the crew meet all the other players.
Yeah,
have
right.
everyone meet each other.
I just didn't think there was
'Cause
enough
this is-
time for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's 11. But just this motley crew. Amanda, is your character a child?
Time is arbitrary.
I mean, yeah, but
Lunchtime doubly so.
It's an adult child.
Almost shockingly human-like.
Oh.
All right, let's see who we're rating tonight. Who's Oot and a Boot?
Zweihender's up.
Okay.
They are on.
There's a smattering of
D'Anthrax is
people.
on.
D'Anthrax is on.
Yeah, we rated him yesterday, so I don't think we'll
Yeah.
raid him today. Now that being
Yeah.
said, Nick is also streaming.
Yeah, after the raid
Oh,
yesterday.
are they doing Among Us?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we might have to raid the Stone Cold Steve, Nick Ostinelli, Upa Esposito, Burrito, Danger Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Yeah. In the Anthrax's stream, I ended up being gifted a sub.
Yes, I got one too.
Just because I was sitting there.
Actually, so did my mom, funny enough.
Oh.
Well,
it's like
that stream was going off last night.
I ended up because I realized I had tuned into the one on eDice last night and muted it.
Yeah.
And then left and
right, and so you rated, and then yeah, that's cool.
And then so I just auto rated and was there, and I didn't even see any until today. I realized, oh, I forgot to turn off my computer, and Twitch is still open.
Huh? That's cool.
And I apparently was watching for an indeterminate amount of time.
Nice. All right. Thanks y'all for playing. Chat, thanks for hanging out with us. If you're still here, we're gonna go ahead and raid Nick. He's playing Among Us, so you can keep that good feeling going. We are back. Nothing tomorrow, but Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, we're playing The Looking Glass with Fried Dice Paradise. It's our collab, which is super exciting. Nothing Monday, nothing Tuesday. Next Wednesday, there might be another session of Mike's game, Titus Vary. We're not sure yet. We're trying to figure it out because we did like a small session last night. And next week, the 8th, is a heretofore undisclosed tabletop game that may or may not happen. So watch this space. All right, we're raiding. Bye.
Also, Among Us might happen at some point again. Who knows?
It might.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Secret stream.
Secret
stream.
What?
Yeah, raiding.
Raid.
That was real fun though. That had some real great moments. Like
raid.
It definitely feels like the kind of thing though where it's like I wish it was easier for multiple people to be like shown on the one stream.
I can fiddle with it a little bit and probably get 2 or 3 webcams up without too much issue. I just didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's like also showing from like different people's perspectives, but I don't think that's possible without multiple people just recording it.
Without us
you can just do a
streaming.
multi-stream.
Yeah, there's a squad stream that I really wanted to get into. We they have not released it for affiliates yet. All right, we're raiding now.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm still so proud of those 2 rounds as imposter.
I'm still so mad that I didn't see through your ruse when it was down
I
to
mean,
you, Amanda.
You voted for me.